Hello, 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 everybody. Hope you had an amazing, beautiful, gorgeous Monday. It's Monday. It is just such a great day to be here and alive and all of the things, right? Because you know what? It is the first Monday of the month, and this morning we had a coffee chat, coffee connect. It was so awesome. I took my earrings off because they were really heavy, and I was on the phone. I don't know if any of you guys ever do that, but like you're on the phone and it's like clinking against your ear. But anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing Monday. I'm so super pumped to be kicking off day 3 with you. I have heard such amazing feedback from all of you. Oh my goodness, so super pumped to just be here, be connected. So when you hop on, let me know so that I can say hello, hello. Let me know when you get here in the comments. If I don't see your comments, I will go back and answer all of your questions that you have. But yesterday I wasn't seeing the comments, so I went back and just answered everything, interacted in the comments. So don't be afraid to just like let me know in the comments what's up, how you're doing, how you're feeling on day 3 of this beautiful, gorgeous, juicy day, because we're going to talk all about outcomes. Outcomes. That's right. Yes, outcomes. So when we talk about this subject, I want to really talk about, how we've built on this foundation for the past couple of days. The past 2 days, we've talked about what do we really want? Like, what do you really want? What do you truly desire? Not just like the surface level, I want this, I want that, but like the real juicy, beautiful, gorgeous, compelling desires of your hearts. And then in day 2, yesterday, we talked about your why. Your why. I was reminded today by a gentleman that I got to honor earlier today, and he reminded me of this beautiful book, which is by Viktor Frankl. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he is this amazing man who wrote a book about, he was in the Nazi concentration camps. And he wrote all about how, while he was there, he had this resilient spirit. He had this amazing resiliency inside of his mind. And he said, one thing that I remember is the quote was that if you can figure out your why, the how will appear. If you can figure out your why, the how will appear. And that is why this work is so important in building your business and building a foundation of what we are going to be creating later on down the line, of what we are creating in this group, of what you are going to create in this gorgeous, beautiful challenge. So today we're going to look at outcome. We are going to look at where is the gap currently in, now that we know what you want, we know your powerful why. And if you look at, okay, where am I at right now? And where do I want to be? In between that, there's a gap. So what is that gap? And this is something that I don't like to spend a lot of time on. If you've ever done a training with me, you know this. I don't like to spend a lot of time on like, okay, where have we been? Where are we now? Because what we want to do is say, okay, let's create that. Let's create that vision. Let's get you into that big, bold, juicy vision. Why is that important? Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Let's do the thing. But right now, what we're going to focus on is what is the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Because we are constantly in 2 businesses, right? We are constantly managing 2 businesses. The one we're in currently and the one we're building toward. So, when you're working in your business and you're working on your business, when you're working in your business, you're doing what you're doing today. You are, meeting with the clients, you're doing the daily tasks, you're doing those things. But when you are working on your business, you're working on the future. You're working on where am I going? What am I building with that beautiful, gorgeous, juicy outcome, that beautiful, gorgeous, delicious, wonderful business that I desire of where I'm going. So you're constantly working on 2 different businesses, right? And when we talk about that, now that you know all of the details of, in day 1, we looked at what do you want? And then yesterday we built upon that and we went into the deep desire and, as if we are having that today. So just like we would in a GPS system, right? I use this analogy a lot. I know, but bear with me here. It's a good one. If we were to, right now I'm in Oregon. If I wanted to drive to California or Disneyland, I would need to know one of two things. Where is Disneyland, right? Plug it into the GPS, but I would also need to know where am I starting? So when we talk about mapping out the framework of building our beautiful, iconic business and brand, what we want to do is go a little bit deeper into where are we now? What is that gap? So that now that we have it in our subconscious mind, we've put it out there in the universe, because what you speak about, you bring about, right? Yes. So what you speak about, you bring about. Now that we've put it out there in the universe and we know what we desire, we know our destination, we know where we're heading, we need to know, okay, so where are we starting? What is the gap? And if we spend just a moment looking at where you're at now, again, this is not something that we spend a ton of time on. I don't want to stay in that energy space, but I really want to go toward, your future. And so when we talk about the gap, like what is standing in the way for you right now? So I'd love for you to take a moment, get your pen and paper out and just think about that. What is standing in the way for you right now? Take a moment to journal on that. And I would also like you to, really investigate, press a little bit deeper into what have I tried before? Because you know what? There's a lot of people out there that when I get on a call with them or I'm asking them about their business, I end up talking about business with everybody. Oh my gosh, my husband is like so mad at me. Not really, but his buddy came over to go fishing yesterday and him and I ended up getting in this huge marketing conversation, and he's like, what? Oh my gosh, I didn't even know about that. And I love business, right? I'm obsessed with business, marketing, sales, strategy, all the things. So a lot of times I ask people, what have you done? Right? If you were trying to lose weight and I said, okay, great. What have you done to lose weight? What are you going to say? I've tried everything. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, have you tried? I don't know. I'm not a health person. I work out and stuff, but I don't do diets. But you could say, okay, have you tried keto? Have you tried Atkins? Have you tried lifting weights? Have you tried doing some fun cardio like I do? I go to hip hop classes and, have you done that? Well, no. Or if I ask you, or have you built out do you have the right audience? You've tried everything? Okay, have you tried, certain strategies? Have you been able to, really define your niche? Have you branded yourself in such a way that is going to bring in let your clients know you are the one to work with them before you ever even get on a call? Because if you can address those things before they even email you to work with you, they already know that you're the one to work with them, right? So what have you tried before up until now that hasn't worked? What have you tried that hasn't worked? And what is standing in the way? I would love to hear your comments. I don't have my laptop here, so I can't pull it up, but yeah, I may not be seeing your guys' comments because I see you guys on here, but I'm not seeing those. So what is it that's standing in the way of your desired outcome? What is it that's in the gap between that big, beautiful, gorgeous, juicy, iconic dream business, dream life that you truly desire and where you're at right now? There is no wrong answer. And if you're having a hard time coming up with something, just go deep. Allow yourself, know that it's safe to feel whatever it is you're feeling, because, you might experience a block where you're like, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know what my why is, but just keep going deeper. Keep going deeper and know. Jennifer, hello. Oh my gosh, girlfriend, that was my next point. I was going to say we are so aligned, because a lot of times what's in the way is us. It's me. I hold myself back because I'm afraid. Maybe you hold yourself back because you don't know how to get there, and sometimes I was just talking to, I have a couple, a client, couple, male and female, and they are so freaking cute. Oh my gosh, they're adorable. And he's this very engineer man. And today I got to tell him, don't overthink, get out of your head, because messy action is better than no action. And I don't know if you received that well, because he's like very analytical spreadsheets. This is how we converse. But with the wife, it's totally different. Like, it's like all over the place, and that's the thing. Like, sometimes we get so afraid of it not being perfect that we don't take action. We stand in our way. And, like, we will, because of perfectionism, and I'm only speaking through my own experience, and it seems to me like most of my clients fall in this category too. We are so hard on ourselves, and we have this idea of perfectionism that, like, we want to have it all figured out, like a guarantee check mark. We want to know what it's going to look like, and we don't trust the step we're in, right? So I would just encourage you, trust the step you're in, trust yourself to just move a little bit forward, even in that uncomfortability, because when you can go deep into that and really, like, allow yourself to feel that uncomfortability. Okay, my internet is like, I don't know what's happening with it. It's tweaking out a little bit. So I might be like, I don't know if I'm glitching for you guys, but I'm definitely glitching on my end. But like, if we can just take action before you're ready, that is the biggest advice I would give you, because I can't tell you how many amazing opportunities I've missed out on because I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. Things weren't perfect. And I can't tell you how many amazing business ideas and impact is missing from the world because people are fixing to. They're getting ready to get ready. They're planning to plan. And then you get in that cycle where you never start, or you start a million different things, but you don't ever actually finish one to completion, right? So that's a huge hang up for us. Jennifer says, I do. Hello, 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 my love. Oh my goodness. So when we talk about this, I have a couple more questions that I would love for you guys to answer today as we are in this. I wish I had my laptop here. It's in my kitchen, but I went live on my phone, so I don't have the music going right now. And also Facebook has been like muting out all of the music I've been playing. I've been trying to like create stuff that's just very proprietary, so they can't mute it out, but they still didn't like the music that I created. So I need to talk to one of my clients who does composition. So I need to talk to her to get us like our own jam, right? But Facebook keeps muting out the music. Otherwise, I would play some amazing music for you. So just imagine, if you want me to, I can hum. I can totally just hum for you if you want me to like sing you a song or something like happy birthday, or I don't know. I'm a dork. I don't even care. So grab out your notebook. I would love to have you ask yourself, where are you now in relation to your desired outcome? Where are you now in relation to your desired outcome? What have I tried before? And where, well, I'll just leave you guys on that one. I'll ask you the last one in a second. Where are you now? Miles away, standing in your own way, stuck in perfectionism. Maybe you're at the beginning phases and you're just not sure how to do it. What have you tried before? Maybe you've tried to go at it alone. Maybe you've tried to bootstrap or Frankenstein stuff together and piece it together. What have you tried before that hasn't worked? Lastly, I would love for you to answer the question, where will I be in 1 year if I take no action? Where will I be in 1 year if I take no action? Really step into this. And I ask you this question not to, self beat up or anything like that. That's not allowed. Put down the bat. You're not allowed to beat yourself up. But sometimes we have to create a false sense of urgency in order to motivate ourselves. Am I right? You guys, I do this all the time in my business. I do this with my clients one-on-one, because a lot of times we can get to that point where if we don't feel pressure, we don't move, right? And what I want to encourage you to do is really go into this. Where will you be in 1 year if you don't make this decision? Will you be sitting in the same spot wondering what would have happened if you had started 1 year before? What will your finances look like? How will you feel when you look back in 1 year with no action? And again, this is not a shameful thing. This is something to go deeper within yourself, to find your self-motivation. And this is, I used to be a competitive runner. I don't do it as much anymore. I stick to 5Ks and 10Ks now. But when I was competitively running, I would go inside myself and have to say, if I don't finish this marathon, half marathon, whatever it was, if I give up right now on mile 5, I'm going to be so disappointed in myself. If I give up right now in mile 5 and I don't make it to mile 10, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to have to start all the way back at the beginning. I'm going to have to work myself back up to 10 miles. And if I don't do this, my body is going to feel it. If I don't continue this run right now in this moment when my mind is screaming at me and it is telling me to quit and my body hurts and, my mind is going to tell me to give up long before my endurance actually, I have the endurance to go. If I allow my mind to tell me to quit, what ends up happening is I just start reaffirming that neural pathway, right? I'm a huge brain nerd. There's neural pathways in your brain. And so if I continue to quit, what I end up doing is creating a neural pathway that proves I'm a quitter, right? It took me years to reverse all of that was in my mind. I used to be such a quitter. And all that affirmed to me was I was the type of person that was going to disappoint. I wasn't going to show up. I wasn't going to complete what I did. And I was going to give up. So I didn't trust myself to move forward because I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust myself. And this is something huge that came up for me yesterday, Saturday, Saturday, one of those days. I was realizing, this new level of mindset was coming up, right? I think I told you guys I hit a new level in my business and I was afraid that I was not going to sustain it. I was like, scarcity's coming, self-doubt, all those things popping up, showing up. And in that moment, I knew I had to take action to reverse it, right? I could either sit in that and allow that to define me, allow my fear to define whether or not I move forward in my business, whether or not I show up boldly, whether or not I continue to get on stage and share with other women to go all in, whether or not I get up on stage and share with you how you can win. So I took action. I made a huge investment on a brand new coach, which I'd been working with the coach for about 6 months. And our time was up, which happens, and it was great. I learned a lot from her, but I was feeling drawn to do something more. And I stepped up and paid in full for a brand new coach. Boom. And the crazy part about that, this is how my world works, right? The crazy part about it is she sends me the link to her year-long program, and it's 20% higher than it should be. And I messaged her and I said, yeah, this is off what you quoted me. And she said, I don't know why that's happening. Here we go. Here's the payment plan. And I said, yeah, no, I can't do payment plans because I know for myself, like I've got to take that risk that kind of scares me, right? Like it was a scary investment. And for me, I have to take that scary risk or else I play small. So I was like, you know what? Forget about it. I'm paying in full with that other link, and I'm just going to pay 20% more because it's going to give me 20% more motivation to get the hell out there and not give up. That's how my universe works. Like exactly what I needed showed up in that moment. My first thought was like, ooh, I don't want to pay that extra 20%. And then I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to allow myself to stretch into this, just like I did when I was terrified of Facebook Lives. I got on and I pressed play anyway. When I feel like just staying in bed in the morning, but I know I need to get up and I sleep in, you guys, like, let's not get me wrong here. I don't wake up to an alarm or anything usually, but like when I'm like, okay, I need to get up, have my morning time, do my thing. I do it anyway. When I'm scared to take that risk, I do it. Because that is how we train our neural pathways. We train our mind. We train our mind for action. Otherwise, what's going to happen is it's going to spin. And if we use, our mind starts kicking in and wants to talk us out, right? Just like that thing when I was running, like it would tell me far before I physically couldn't run to give up. Jennifer, me too, Facebook Lives. Yeah, totally. I think I shared that with you the other day. Like, I used to be so afraid. Now it's like, I remember the first time I got on stage to speak in front of hundreds of people, and I was like, I felt like I was just shaking, right? Like, I can't do this. Now it's like, oh yeah, put me up there. 5 minutes notice. Great. I'll talk about anything, right? It's all with practice. Practice the stretch. So when we talk about the gap, where will you be in 1 year if you take no action? Really press into that. And on the flip side, where will you be in 1 year if you say yes to your big, bold vision? Where could you be in 1 year? 1 year's time. What a difference a year makes. What a difference a year makes, right? Over the past year, we have seen changes, innovations, and we can do one of two things. We can sit in it and say, okay, this is happening in the world. This is going on. This is happening. This is going on. Oh my gosh. It's so crazy. Oh my goodness. Nobody's buying. I don't know. Like nobody's on social media. Nobody wants to buy from me. All those things. Nobody wants to do it. Nope. It's not the right time. How can I promote my products? People are going to think I am just so rude if I try and sell to them right now. Oh my gosh. All those things, right? Like we can have that mindset. We can stay in that. Absolutely. Jennifer says, I taught my kids about neural pathways in the brain. Yes. Yeah, right. Ooh, girl, walk your talk. Yes. I think that's hilarious because sometimes I spend so much time building out my clients' businesses that I go, don't look at me though, because I haven't even done that in my own business lately. Like I'm not doing that because I'm so focused on building out your business, right? So I get that sometimes, but that's where I get to challenge myself, and I encourage you to challenge yourself too. When I ask my clients to do something, I get my butt moving and I do it too. Because I'm like, I will never stand out of integrity in that. Like I am not going to ask someone to do something that I don't do. And let me tell you, I've done a lot of stuff that I didn't want to because I asked my clients to. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, that means I have to go do that too, because I can't ask them to do something that I'm not willing to do, right? And yeah, so it's a great motivator when you're teaching other people, like, oh yeah, that's right, maybe I should go practice that as well, right? Yeah. So when we talk about that, when we talk about, really getting into action, like, where will you be in a year if you take action? There are so many amazing opportunities, and we can do one of two things, right? We can stay in that mode, which we're choosing not to do that, right? What we are going to choose to do is to move forward and look at the fact that, I can tell you guys, if you need an expander, right? An expander is somebody who shows you what's possible. An expander is someone that you can look at that is like a real person that has evidence that this is possible. Let me share with you that, one of my clients started, just over a year ago on the day that we shut down in Oregon. And she has hit over, in the 12-month period, over 100,000 in her business. I have another client that started her business in, I can't remember if it was the end of July or the beginning of August, and she hit well over 90,000 between August and December. Brand new business. We did some like SEO on her website. We did a couple of things, and she's been slammed, like to the point where we can't even meet anymore practically. And I've had clients who in December, when we were on our freeze, again, physical business has hit the highest month within 3 months of us working together. She hit the highest months in her business ever and has not gone down. She spent a week in Hawaii. She spent a week, I think she's on the coast right now. And then she's spending another week in somewhere visiting her family, but has not gone down at all. So, if you are believing that people aren't buying right now, people are buying right now. People are paying for knowledge-based industries. People are paying to better themselves. You have a captive audience right now because a lot more people are on social media, connected, seeking, craving community, craving connection. They're craving more for their lives. So let me tell you, this is something that is not going away. It's not going away. People love to buy. They just don't want to be sold to, right? People love to buy. We love to shop. Amazon, better ourselves, do these things. Like, for me, like, I'm a lifelong learner. I am obsessed, right? Like, I will never go without a coach anymore. Like, I don't know. Maybe there'll be a point I don't, but, I love having, bettering myself, being a part of organizations, doing things that are constantly getting me in action and helping me stretch a little bit more, because that's just, that's my realm. That's the thing. And, right now is the best time to start a business. Yes, it's a little bit harder on social media to gain traction if you don't know the right strategy, I'll just say. But, yes, the algorithm sucks right now, and it's hard to get people to see your post on your personal page. But that doesn't matter, because if you can create your own economy, which is absolutely possible for you, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's going on out there in the world. I was just telling my husband this last night, and he's an engineer too. So, I don't think he's like, what are you even talking about? Right? Like, I don't even know what you're saying. But I was like, the economy isn't even real. Honestly, like, we choose to decide whether or not, that we're going to buy a house or not buy a house, or do this or do that based upon some numbers that are happening in New York, when really the stock market crashes because everyone sees, like, here's it's going to crash, and then they start freaking out, right? And then they they sell all their stocks. So really, like, we can create our own economy where it doesn't matter. Inflation doesn't matter. What's going on in the world doesn't matter. The media, not that I don't mean, that sounded a little insensitive, but, things matter in the world, but, like, whatever the media is telling us to believe, or, whatever's happening, like, we don't have to be affected as business people, because we hold the power. You hold the power. And it all starts with getting clear on what you want, getting clear on your why, and then creating that that motivation, creating that thing that is going to pull you forward no matter what, right? No matter what. Because as entrepreneurs, we are resilient. You are innovative. You are creative. You are powerful, iconic, and you will change the world. For you, for me, and for us. So I hope you got something from that exercise as we walk through, really looking at those three things. Where are you now in relation to what you truly desire, your desired outcome that we built on day one? What have you tried before? And where will you be in 1 year if you have not taken any action? If you don't take any action, where will you be in 1 year? I have this weird hair that looked like I had this line. Okay, watch me digress. So yes, I would love for you guys to post your answers in the group so that we can support you and love you through it. And I would love to just end with a real quick exercise so that we can powerfully walk through our day, taking these three foundational pieces that we have built over the past 3 days and, just really solidifying it, feeling it, because these are the things, these are like the 3 pillars that are going to hold you up in your business. And then we're going to talk more strategy and things like that here in the next couple days. But, really that mindset piece, the foundational of your pillars, right? Your mission statement of what do I want? Why do I want it? Why do I exist as a business? What's going to propel me forward? And, what are the consequences if I don't take action? Because that's what's going to motivate you to light that fire under your bottom, right? So let's go ahead and just close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths. And as you exhale, I want you to let go of any tension. Feel in your body where any stiffness, any fear, any old energy is built up. And I want you to bring to mind right now a feeling, a thought, a fear that is keeping you from moving forward in your business. Maybe as you remember this, you think of something that someone told you. Maybe it's a feeling of insecurity or a fear that you're not good enough, that you'll fail again. And as you feel this, just know it is safe to feel this thought, this feeling. Because this fear, this feeling, it is not you. It is here to teach you or tell you a lesson. Go deeper now. As you put this fear to sleep. Allow this fear, this feeling to just sink down deeper and deeper and deeper. Notice now that the fear, the feeling, the thought has gone so deep until it just disappears. That's right. Notice what it feels like in your body. Notice that you now have the capacity to stretch, to expand, to grow, to say yes to those things that you truly desire. Feel what it feels like to be the powerful business woman, the CEO. Feel what it feels like to have clients. Feel what it feels like to step into your beautiful, iconic brands. See the faces of your ideal clients as they come flocking to you. Feel what it feels like to open up your inbox and see people say, "I want to buy now." Feel what it feels like to turn on that Facebook Live. You feel so connected. Feel the trust. Feel how incredibly powerful you feel, knowing that you are making a huge impact in the world. Feel what it feels like to say yes to your powerful business. Feel what it feels like to expand, to go even when it feels scary. You step forward. Feel how incredibly powerful and full of joy you feel as you look at your gorgeous, incredible, iconic brands. Feel what it feels like to know that you are making a huge difference in the world. Bring your hands to your hearts. Feel so grateful in this moment, knowing that with each and every single beat of your heart, it means that you are alive, that you have a divine purpose, and that you are here for a reason. And when you're ready, open your eyes, come back. Let's go ahead and just bring this amazing positive energy into our hearts so we can carry it throughout the day. All right, lovey loves. How'd that feel? Do you guys feel as good as I do? Oh my gosh, I feel amazing right now. But yes, so I would love for you to share in the group anything that came up for you. Share your homework. I will keep adding you guys to the drawing as well. So don't forget that at the very end of this, I have an amazing, awesome drawing prize that I'm going to give away. And yeah, I'll just add you guys in. So also, another way you can enter is if you have any business besties or if you know someone that needs to be in this group, that needs to hear this, feel free to invite them in because we would love to create impact all over the world That is my goal. We've had people from South Africa watching. We have people from Pakistan, US, Canada. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, this is incredible to be a part of this global community where we are creating a difference in the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're a huge part of that. I love you guys. Thanks for catching us live, Jen. If you're on replay, let me know, and I would love to support you in the group. I will see you tomorrow for day 4. We are going to be here same time, same place, and tomorrow we are talking about your first step. So now that we've laid the foundation, we are going to talk about your first step. We're going to start getting into some strategy, and we're going to start building upon and really building out your business and your brand. So don't miss it. This is going to be fun. If this hasn't really, like, I know this can feel a little weird for some of the analytical people that like, what does meditating have to do with it? Trust it, right? Like, this morning in my coffee chat, we talked about that with my dear friend, Deb. She was, when she first meditated, she was like, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not visual. I don't see anything. And I said, trust it. Trust it. Trust that whatever is going to show up will show up, and follow your intuition. And man, has that woman blossomed in the past, gosh, I don't know, year maybe, since we've been working together or started working together. So I love you guys. Thank you so, so much. You have made my day, and I just hope you have an amazing afternoon or night, wherever you're watching from. I'll see you tomorrow for day 4. Bye.